Hey lovely Yaa sisters, it's your girl Obaa Yaa, back with another video. Thank you for tuning back in again today. And if you're new here, hey girl, welcome to the family. In today's video, I want to talk about low porosity and how to know that you are a true low porosity natural girl. Okay, so if you want to know the true signs of being a low porosity natural, then stay tuned. So now, without any further ado, let's dive right into this video. So I want to preface this video by saying that I'm going to talk about broad signs, but I'm also going to make it specific for myself since I am also a low porosity natural. So maybe certain things might not apply for you and certain things may. And that is why I also want to put myself out there as an example. Maybe the things I will say along the lines may help you to identify whether you are a true low porosity natural. The porosity scale is not just like set in stone like low porosity, medium porosity and high porosity, okay? It's more like a long spectrum. It's like a spectrum that can shift back and forth. Think about it as a volume on a radio or something, like a dial that you can shift up and down. So it's like a slide that can shift up and down. So there is the extreme end, the low porosity end, and then there is the high porosity end, and in between is the medium porosity end. So you can be more towards the high porosity side, but you're not on the extreme end, but you are still in the category, but you still fall in the category of high porosity, but you might not be as high porosity as someone else. Another person can be on the low porosity spectrum, but not as low porosity as someone else. So that might also be a reason why certain products work for some people who are low porosity and it doesn't work for other people who are also low porosity, because the strand size plays a role, and then the density and everything that also shapes. So one sign that stood out to me and helped me identify that I could be a low porosity natural is that my hair takes a while to get wet. Okay, my hair takes a while to get wet. My hair just does not get wet immediately. I mean, it might look wet, but it doesn't have that wet feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but it's getting wet without feeling really wet. It's not like it is soaking up the water. I feel like it takes a while until I feel like, oh, aha. I feel like it takes a while until I feel like, my hair is really drenched. Later on, I took more notice of it. I didn't really notice it in the beginning. In the beginning, I did not know anything about what is the meaning of low porosity, what is high porosity, what is porosity. In fact, I did not know what all these things meant. And then once I apply my moisturizer, everything, and I seal in the moisture and everything, on wash day, my hair takes a long time to get dry. And it also depends on the kind of product I use and how wet my hair is when I apply my product. So I find that if my hair is wet and I put product on top of my wet hair, my hair is going to be wet for a longer period of time. My hair will take even longer to get dry. My hair can go 2 to 3 days and it's still damp. My hair is mostly in twist, so I would moisturize my hair and then I would retwist my hair up and my hair would be in the twist. So if I was to moisturize my hair whilst it's damp, I find that my hair would take about a day or 2 days max and then it's dry. But if my hair is wet and I moisturize my hair wet, I twist it, I put the twist up and it's wet, my hair would take about 2 to 3 days until it's fully dry. Sometimes I will find that the length of my hair is dry and the roots are still wet or damp. So yeah, that is mostly what happens to me as a low porosity natural. And another thing that I noticed with my hair, and this ties into what I said previously, is moisturizing my hair when it's wet, or not moisturizing my hair when it's wet. I've noticed that it's best for me to moisturize my low porosity hair when it's damp. That is also a sign of a low porosity natural, or our hair reacts better if we moisturize it when it's damp versus moisturizing it when it's wet. Because of the way our cuticle layers lay, it's more tightly closed, which means that if water has already taken up all the space in your hair, your product will not find space in your hair because water has taken up all the space. And then you'll find that your products sit on top of your hair versus penetrating your hair. That is why sometimes when you see that you're moisturizing your hair and it's wet, you will still see that you have this white coat from the product and it doesn't vanish or it takes a long time to vanish. So what you can do to prevent this, because if the product is just sitting on top of your hair rather than penetrating, your hair is not going to stay moisturized for a long period of time. You'll find that your hair will dry out quicker. So what you can do is once your hair is wet, before moisturizing your hair, you can use a paper towel or a microfabric towel. Is that how they say it? I think so, yeah. Towel to squeeze out your hair and to get the excess water out. I mean, there is still enough water in your hair that the product will work with and coat and seal in the moisture, but it's not too much that is taking too much space that your moisturizer cannot have space to penetrate and do its own thing. And speaking of moisture and everything, we all know that it is important to deep condition our hair on a regular basis because our natural hair tends to be drier and it needs moisture. And with low porosity hair, it's more difficult to get your products to penetrate into your hair because the cuticle layers are closed. So in order to help your cuticle layers open and to help the product to penetrate into your hair, it is good to use heat. I know we fret when we hear the word heat. I myself, I'm not someone who uses heat. It's been a long time I've used heat in my hair, but there are certain types of heat that are safe to be used, especially if you're cautious when using them, okay? So these kinds of heat are safe. They are safe, so don't worry. So you can use a hair steamer, for example. So once you have your deep conditioner in your hair, you can sit under a steamer. That is, if you have a steamer, it will help your deep conditioner to penetrate. It's not only limited to deep conditioner, you can also moisturize your hair and then sit under a steamer to help your product seep into your hair, and it helps the product to work better. But if you don't have a steamer, you can use an ordinary heating cap. Okay, you can use a heating cap. There are different forms of heating cap that you can throw in the microwave because they have some seeds in it or something. Then you can warm it up and then you can use it to cover your hair. So before we had all these things, we're just covering our hair with plastic bags, and we would just leave the heat, we would just leave the deep conditioner in our hair for a longer period of time, let's say 45 minutes, an hour to 2 hours. Even some people leave it for, I don't know, 5 hours or so. Yeah, so that our scalp will generate enough heat. That is fine to a certain degree, but depending on how, and that is why I was saying that low porosity is a scale where you can be on this side and just using your body heat is not enough because it's not warm enough to open the cuticles. And if you are here on this scale, it might work for you because yeah, you are more closer towards the medium spectrum, okay? So you might find that just using your body heat is not enough and you'd have to actually apply real heat. So something that I do, because I don't own a steamer and I don't own this heating cap, is that I would cover my hair in a plastic bag, and then I would take my, what's it called? A blow dryer. Exactly. I would take my blow dryer and then I'll just rotate the position of how I apply the heat in my hair. Okay, so that is what I would do. That was before I actually decided to get a heating cap, an electronic heating cap. So I would rotate my blow dryer, let's say 10 seconds on each side, so that I would not apply too much heat on one section. So that is what I would do for 15 minutes. I felt that that was enough for me, and my hair, after doing that, guys, I kid you not, my hair would feel so soft. There is a severe difference when you use heat to deep condition versus not using any heat. If you haven't tried it, try it for yourself. You'll notice a massive difference, especially if you're low porosity. You'll notice a big difference when you use heat to deep condition your hair. Your hair will feel much more soft, and you realize that the product is not just sitting on top of your hair, but it actually penetrated into the hair shaft. Another indicator that you might be a low porosity natural is that when you apply your product, that it sits on top of your hair. You literally see the product on your hair. You just see the white film on top of your hair, and you need to work the product in before it actually absorbs into your hair strands. So what I learned earlier on is that I've noticed that when I apply products in my hair, I just see that it's just this white coat, okay? It doesn't matter what product it is, and it is especially evident or visible if I used heavier products. that I really had to make sure to work it into my hair so that it's not just sitting on top of my hair, but it's actually doing what it's supposed to do, penetrating into my hair. So I really had to make sure to work the product into my hair, moisturizing it and really taking my time to massage. Why am I just using one finger? To massage the product into my hair. So that is something that I really needed to take notice of, so that the product will not just sit on top of my hair, not benefiting me, and which would lead to buildup. So the next point is buildup. Buildup is something that occurs more with low porosity hair, and that is also due to the things that I mentioned previously. Because the cuticle layer is so tight, products find it difficult to penetrate into your cortex, okay? So you might find that depending on the size or how much product you use or how heavy-handed you are, you might find that you have products sitting in your hair, especially if the product is too heavy for your hair, or if you're not working it in properly, and or if you're not washing your hair properly, which is my next point also. So you have to make sure that the kind of product you use is okay for your hair. It is said that lightweight products are best for low porosity hair, and that we should stay away from heavy products, heavy butters, heavy oil and all that. But my hair loves butters, or let me say my hair loves shea butter, to be precise. My hair loves the combination of shea butter and olive oil. These two excuse me, these two I have used from the beginning way up until now. But it also ties in with the fact that low porosity hair actually likes emollient. Emollients are butters such as shea butter, but the thing is, we don't have to overdo it with the butter. We have to make sure not to use too much. For someone like me who is heavy-handed, I have found that I've had a lot of buildup because of that. Yes, there's sometimes I'll be washing my hair, I'm done washing my hair and I'm retwisting my hair and all that, and I'll find sections where there's like product clot, like the product has matted into my hair, causing tangles because the product is there because of buildup. Yeah, because I didn't find it when I was washing. It has happened to me so many times, and that is due to the fact that I sometimes just be slapping on the product because I just like the way it feels in my hair, and I just I just forget the fact that I'm low porosity and that my hair can't handle that much product. Or sometimes I feel like I need to apply more where in reality I don't. How many of you have the same feeling that you feel like the more you use, the more your hair actually is better, when in reality it's not? Anywho, despite the fact that, yes, it's true, low porosity hair is better to use lightweight products, but then there are certain types of low porosity hair which I fall into, who are still able to use butters if they use it carefully, if you're not heavy-handed. Because if you are still heavy-handed, you will suffer from buildup. Buildup can easily occur. So maybe the reason why I don't suffer so much from buildup, despite the fact that I use heavier products, I don't really own any lightweight products. My products are not really heavy, but they are not like considered light. Anyway, but I think it's because of my regimen, okay? But I'm still going to make a video talking about my current regimen and the products that I use at the moment. So if you are interested in seeing that video, look out for it. It should come after this one, okay? It should come after this one, so look out for it. And in order for you to know when the video comes, you have to be subscribed. So subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you are notified when my next video comes up, okay? Do that. And whilst you are subscribing, just hit the like button. Hit the like button if this video has helped you so far, or if you like it, or if you don't like it, you can also give a thumbs down. It is all good for engagement, whether you like it or you don't like it. YouTube does not care as long as there is a thumb. A thumb is a thumb. A thumb is a thumb, okay? Yes. So in order to prevent buildup, it's important to clarify your hair regularly. And this applies to all hair types, but it applies especially to low porosity hair. Depending on how much product you use, how heavy those products are, you might find that you need to clarify your hair regularly. Typically once a month is recommended, but if you don't use too much heavy products, you might even go every 2 months, or yeah, depending on how your hair feels. Another sign that you are a low porosity natural is that you are protein sensitive. Yes, protein sensitivity is something that is common with low porosity natural. Depending on which scale you are, you might be more protein sensitive or less protein sensitive, and you might find that certain proteins work for your hair and others don't. I know that using egg as a protein is a no-no. Now I know. Back then I used to use it and my hair would always feel hard, even following up with a deep conditioner, and I thought that is how it's supposed to be. I did not know any better. So it's something that I don't use anymore. I don't use egg as a deep conditioner. Some people use mayonnaise and a mixture of yogurt or whatever. Yeah, it might work for them. Something that has a less molecular structure and can penetrate your hair shaft easily are hydrolyzed protein. So it could be hydrolyzed wheat protein or hydrolyzed silk protein. You know, hydrolyzed protein are smaller in the molecular shape. Is it molecular or molecular? Anywho, in their structure, and it can easily penetrate your hair shaft. So those kind of proteins might work better for your hair. So if you're looking out for a protein treatment, because regardless of whether you're protein sensitive or not, you might not need it as frequently as someone who has high porosity, but you definitely still need it, especially if you have fine hair strands. I have fine hair strands. I have a mixture of fine and medium hair strands, so I know that I still incorporate protein treatments, but not as regularly as someone with high porosity hair would do. And the last thing might be that your hair does not process easily. That might be color, that might be chemicals. Well, color is chemical. Yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. Relaxers. For those of you who are natural watching and you remember the days of being relaxed, was it easy for your hair to take the relaxer, or was it difficult for the relaxer to really get your hair straight? So if it was difficult for the relaxer to get your hair straight, despite of the number, because I think there is a certain strength of relaxer. I think there was a set, like, different kinds of strengths in relaxer. So let's say you were not using the kids relaxer, but you're using the adult relaxer, the highest number, and your hair was still not getting straight. That could be a sign that you are a low porosity natural, because your hair is so resilient, girl. Because of the because of the cuticle layers, of course, it all boils down to the cuticle layers. It doesn't allow things to just easily penetrate. It's just like a massive firewall. It's like a shield. It's like, no ma'am, no sis, no bro, you're not getting in. So whatever is in is difficult to get out, and whatever is out is difficult to get in. You know, that's how it works. So you might find that your hair back then didn't process as easily, and the same applies to color. Now that you're natural and you want to apply color, you might find that your hair is not taking the color as someone else's hair is, and that might be because you are low porosity natural and your cuticles just don't want to. They're raining on your parade. Yes. No, I'm joking. It's just, yeah, it's just what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But for the most part, these are the signs with which I could tell that I'm a low porosity, and these could be also a sign that will let you know that you are a low porosity natural. So guys, that's the end of my video. I hope this video helped you and I hope you liked it. And if you are low porosity natural, it gave you like an assurance that yes, this sounds like my hair. And if you are low porosity natural and there are other things or other ways your hair reacts, leave them in the comment section down below. Let us know. Maybe there are other signs or a telling. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, don't forget to give this video a like and to subscribe if you haven't already, and also to turn on the notification bell so that you are notified when my next video goes up. I love you guys so much, so much. See you again in my next video. Stay blessed, stay healthy, and stay safe. It is your girl, Obaa Yaa. Obaa Yaa. Bye. Mwah.